crazy thing. So, you know, normally, what are we? We're approaching 8 o'clock at Silverstone. McLaren are packing down their race car day, as it were. So behind there, they're all closing this down. Tomorrow we're here for a McLaren Pure event, where these cars aren't necessarily taking place in it, but it's after hours, there's no one here. As far as photo shoots go, like it's like this sort of race car studio, well lit, loads of symmetry. It's awesome. So we've got a McLaren Solus GT. This runs a Judd naturally aspirated V10 engine in it. As the name would suggest, Solus, it's a single-seater, ultimate track-focused car. It sits in a funny place because it's not eligible for a race series and it's not road legal. It's just pure track day fun. And we have a McLaren Senna GTR. Look at the wing on this. It makes a Senna look tame, doesn't it? So this car was the fastest car of Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb until the McLaren tree came along. But, you know, for real cars, this was the fastest car. So to see this here, alongside those two, that came up. The exposed carbon, amazing thing. So what's fun about this is it's like a GT3 car with no rules that apply to GT3 cars, which makes it ballistic. It's got no BOP, which is balance of performance, which they apply to GT3 cars. So it's lighter, more power, more aero, hence why it was rapid up the Festival Speed run. Wow, look at the width of it. Weirdly, when I say have these to ourselves, we were just walking down the pit lane hoping to get some cool shots.
Look what
and then we walked in here. And
look what I spotted through there.
You can see a Harrods livery P1 GTR. I mean, sorry, Senna GTR.
Feel that, look at that. It's so thin.
You see that edge there? That's what's known as a gurney flap.
Just sneaking around, aren't we?
That's iconic. Look at that blown tyre down there. See that? It's like falling off the rim. What a shame. Look at the sculpture of it. Look at the end plates. Wow.
I know. I just saw that.
Of the exhaust tips. That's a thing. You're kidding me. Let me just snap that. One of the things you can't actually appreciate is all of the work on here is painted on. So these aren't stickers. It's actually hand applied. Hand painted. It's an incredible thing.
Is this someone's like track day car?
Yeah.
Customer?
Yeah, that's a customer track day car. I mean, the aero sculpture is sensational. And how deep that front splitter is. So some serious surface area on it. Also, tiny details. Look at this. This is full race car stuff. I mean, oftentimes, you don't see things like this on road cars. One, because it's really extreme, and you don't actually need it, even if you are driving into a track. But two, you can't road legalize and road homologate shapes like this, because for pedestrian impact, you're not coming back with your legs on. So that's why you can't have aero like this. Also, these things have got solid mounted rose joints all around, which means you can run slicks on these and it can deal with the load. Proper piece of kit. We're going to be driving one of these tomorrow somewhere, which will be cool. I'm hoping it's a 750 because I've not driven one yet, which will be exciting. The other thing that's really substantial about this is it's no ordinary GTR. It's a GTR LM. Now, this has more horsepower and a higher RPM. Now, I'm not exactly sure how much horsepower and what the RPM tops out at, but I do know that that was one of the sort of key upgrades as part of this car. So that's not just through software either. There is actual mechanical hardware upgrades inside the engine to achieve that. No doubt this revised exhaust system here also contributes to overall power. But look at that for aero sculpture. Just sensational.
Imagine these during F1.
I would imagine the price of these during F1. Can you imagine?
I wonder how far ahead they're booked.
I reckon they're probably part of a corporate package because they'd be like,
It's like literally the best spot.
These might honestly be for a weekend 50 grand.
No.
Yeah, and I think it'll be a corporate hospitality package where they sell it to a lot of people. Like these bedrooms will turn into a lounge. They'll get rid of all
Oh
that.
yeah, look.
Yeah, they'll sack off.
Ah, look.
Yeah.
Does that go that way? Yeah, so you open all this up.
You open it all up, and all of these rooms are sponsors' rooms. GlaxoSmithKline will have a room, and whatever, right? And everyone will pay ludicrous either to entertain clients or charge people to come and use their land. Ain't no one sleeping in here on Silverstone weekend. There's no way. Hey, check this out. This is hand painted. This is entirely hand painted. So there's a division of McLaren called MSO, which stands for McLaren Special Operations. And they'll do small things like a color, leather, or a contrast stitch, which isn't necessarily available on the standard options list, all the way up to a completely bespoke, hand-painted, Senna-inspired, Brazilian-themed finish on your McLaren Senna. And all of this, this is not a wrap. This has been applied by an artisan with a brush and a can. It's exceptional. Isn't that cool? What a thing. Yeah, so MSO, you can kind of think of it as like the options that aren't on the options list. And generally, if you can kind of dream it up, I mean, and they will go, if your pockets are deep enough, they will go to a one-of-one bespoke car, if you want. But generally, it's sort of like exceptional and special options, like that. God, how long must that have... Look at this, they've painted the badge. That's special. Wow, that's very, very cool. How special is that? That looks like it's painted and then polished within an inch of its life, and then clear coat on top of it. It's incredible. Oh, look at the inserts on the seats. Come and see this. Wow, they are beautiful. Look at this, number 1 on there. So the interesting thing about the Senna seats is they manufacture them in one size, and then you adapt the size according to your shape by the spec and thickness of the foam. So if you want like a more of a touring seat for the touring gentleman, then you can have thinner foam, which makes the seat wider, or you can make it tighter with thicker padding, which I really need. I actually do need to speak to McLaren about getting new padding for the Senna. So we've got like touring padding in ours, which makes the seat wider to sit in. So on a road trip, it's great. But as soon as you take it on track, you've lost the point of the Senna seat, which is like it's a much wider seat. And like on track here last year, we bought Senna to this event, and it was just throwing me around in the seat. So I really need to find some padding from McLaren that's going to make me feel snug. This is a whole mixture of people. So as you've seen in the car park, there's a lot of McLarens. But what's a really cool thing is you can drive your own McLaren here, but drive one of McLarens on track. It's like the best of both worlds, isn't it? It's rare that you see, hey man, how you doing? Casual Senna and a P1. It's rare that you see a it's rare that you see a P1 in race mode. It's even more rare seeing a P1 driven by Bruno Senna. It's a whole spectrum of things, right? So you're either VIP, so that you're either an existing McLaren owner, or you're a depositor who's waiting for a car to come. And so it's a sort of stopgap to enjoy a car while you wait for your car. I mean, quite frustrating, say, if your new 750S arrives next week and you've missed the annual Pure event. So they're like, okay, come down, experience a 750 on track so you can look forward to yours. But also, how brilliant to be able to enjoy your car without having to nail your car. It's amazing, just the best. So if you have an Artura, you can come here, destroy someone else's carbon ceramic discs, and go home in your perfectly clean Artura. It's a great idea. These are special cars. Look at that. What a machine. So they're 675s. I've not seen a 765 yet. I'm amazed there's no 765 yet. We're just following this. I'm going for a safety briefing.
Is that
Just making sure I didn't.
Is this part of the race? This is part of the racing driver's diet?
This is the race strategy. Yeah. No, this actually finds me tenths. This does. It's good.
Yeah, I heard that
Every
too.
bite is a tenth.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. So you've got to have the whole
I was
pizza.
going to say, you've got more pizzas back there.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Specially formulated. What's new, man?
Oh, mate. Oh, yeah, all good. Actually been really busy last few weeks.
Good.
Did a couple of filming jobs, which was cool.
Nice. Very cool.
And then I'm off to I'm racing at Phillip Island in 3
No
weeks.
way.
Yeah.
That's mega.
I know. Yeah.
Dude, that's going to be proper.
Well, I'm trying to learn it now because it's a brand new circuit.
I was going to say, is there a sim out there for that?
Yeah.
There is.
I've jumped on a couple of sims.
That's cool.
For me, it's just, does it go left or right? And that's kind of, I'll learn the rest when I get
I'll know. Is there much undulation and crestage?
Turn one's like flat,
Is it?
flat in 6th gear.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Which in a 2CV is fine.
What are you in?
It's like 40 miles an hour. I'm in the
What are you?
Yeah.
Well, it's been really great knowing you, man. Honestly, listen, you've been wonderful. I'll catch up with you after this.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a bit. I think all the sizes. Oh, L. Managed to squeeze that on my dome yesterday, so I'm hoping it'll work. I'm hoping it'll work. Let's see. What's happening is we're about to go for a very first drive in a 750S, which is super cool. I mean, it's basically a brand new car, and I've been reading all about it, and despite the fact that it looks very similar to the 720S, I'm hearing incredibly good things from people who have driven it, a classic case being greater than the sum of its parts, as it were. So we're going to hop in, find out what this new badge is all about. But effectively, it's 30 horsepower more, 30 kilograms less, and I believe 30 pounds-feet of torque more. So let's see what that feels like. It's the last thing you do is step out of a 720S and go, do you know what that needs? It's more power. So that's what they've gone and done. Very cool. Oh, cool. Nice. Okay. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, that one's okay.
That one's okay?
Yeah, that one just needs bringing in towards. I'll tell you after this. Go on.
Driven a 750 before?
No, this is the first time.
It's like a 720, but
Yes.
I think
settles well, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So I just stepped out of that and was told I'm getting in with you. So there's
I'm
worse ways.
lucky.
There's worse ways to spend a Thursday, dude. So
it's a P1. Have you been on track in anger with a P1 before?
don't think I have, man. I might have been around Dunsfold. It's not the same.
It's not
It's
really.
not really a track. So I don't. No, not really. And I think this for us will complete the suite of McLaren experiences because I think we've been out in everything else together
Pretty
except
much
for a
so.
P1,
I know.
which is cool. This is cool.
How do you turn the S?
Not been in a P1 in a while. From what I've been told, this guy's okay at driving. So let's see what it's got.
I know nothing. I have no idea what I'm doing, mate.
Oh, nice rotation on it. Wonderful. The doors are heavy.
Yeah, get that shoulder workout, mate.
These doors are not like Senna doors. They are weighty. No surprises there, but that boy can pedal. Just an honor to be in one of these things. It's such a hero car.
Nah,
I don't think so.
This one is.
I don't think so.
They'll never let me drive it fast on the racetrack. This one.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd they not do?
With the
With
livery
the
that is
livery?
painted. Nah, they were like, stay away from this car.
Is that one yours or theirs?
That's their car.
That's their car.
Yeah. So this car is the car we. So they made this special livery, the Senna Sempre livery, and it's all hand painted.
It's all hand painted, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's-
Great. I love how they even hand painted through the badge on
Yeah,
the nose.
yeah, yeah.
So special.
So they, whenever we went filming with it in Monaco, they were being very, very careful with it. And there's when you're inside, there's a video that we did for the Monaco thing. And there's a scene where the car is parked on the street,
Right.
and like it's on a hairpin, you can see Monaco from the top, right? So I parked the car there. It's like the road that goes up to the golf course
Yes.
in Monaco. Mate, I'm sitting in the car and we're like doing the shots, and then I hear this, like,
What is this?
so I come out of the car and realize the car is coming down from the top of the hill, flat out. And I'm like, run out of the car, like go up the hill a little bit, and then it's like, this guy's on full emergency
Full
brakes on this M3, and they were drifting there. They call it.
Is this up La Turbi?
Yeah. So you have like
Good road
the
for it.
rock wall.
Yes.
You have the hairpin here, and they have the rock wall behind it.
Yeah.
And like on the Disneyland font,
Yeah.
it's Driftland.
You're kidding me. What, they've just put it on there?
The graffiti.
To be fair, it's a great road. Great road.
The road is all like rubbered up from people doing drifts there. So this guy was like with 3 people in the
Drifting
car.
everywhere.
Like,
And you were parked on a corner.
I was parked
For a
in the
shoot.
corner. Exactly.
That could have been a bad day out, couldn't it?
Yeah.
What was the? I think we texted briefly when I saw you driving the F1 car in
Man.
during the 30th.
That was awesome.
Tell me what that was like.
Dude, it was driving one of my uncle's cars is awesome, right?
Yeah.
Driving in Monaco is something else, but driving his car in Monaco with another of his cars on the track at the same time.
During the Grand Prix.
Oh,
So this was is it a 30th anniversary celebration of his life? And which model F1 car were you driving?
I drove the MP45B, so that's a 1990 car when he won
Okay,
his
yeah.
second championship with.
And you drove it in Monaco just before the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah, and I had
Full crowds, everything.
Thierry Boutsen
Yes.
on the Lotus, and Stefan Johansson was supposed to drive the Tolman, but the Tolman had a little issue.
Right.
So it never went around, but we had like 3 cars, 2 of his F1 cars. It was just
What was that
something else.
like, man? That must have been the most surreal thing ever.
It was bizarre because
Yeah.
when you see like the other car on the track at the same time, you think
Yeah.
like you feel like you're there. You know,
Sure,
it's
100%,
really
yeah.
It was
Super weird.
surreal. It was surreal. It was a
To
real
watch it was
experience.
magic, man. It was just magic seeing it. You know, so strange.
And I drove my Senna on the racetrack as well during the historic Grand Prix. I was the course
remember,
car for
yeah,
the
yeah.
80s cars.
Wow.
Mate, I gave it all.
Did you?
Absolutely.
Just give it full
Curved
send.
everything. I was like this far from the wall in a few corners.
Well, you know what's funny about that is it's also your like hometown. So you're ripping around your hometown with 10 tenths.
Dude, whenever
cool
you're
is
gonna
that?
get
Never.
the Monaco Grand Prix track for yourself? Never, right? So I'm taking this chance. The lady from McLaren came to me and said, "Did you take insurance for this?" I said, if I had taken insurance for it, then surely they would not let me pass
Let
50
me do
kilometers
it.
per hour.
That's true.
So
yeah.
if I crash the car, consequences, you know, it's part of life. But all is good. My
Once
Senna's-
in a lifetime, man. Super special.
My only regret,
Yeah.
I didn't do the track telemetry. I didn't start it. I set it up and I forgot to press start.
Didn't press
to
start
get
on the telemetry.
of the track in Monaco.
That would have been fascinating
That would have
data.
been amazing, right?
Oh man, I would have kicked myself about that one. Never mind. It was fun though. I was just saying fun how these two P1s were being driven like go-karts. It was great.
The power is so great, man. Coming out of the
it's
corner,
so
it's
cool.
like going. It's awesome.
Still my favourite car.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's a,
I'd say 8 years I've had it.
You just wouldn't think they were like that old. Like, what are they, about 10 years old, are they? 12 years old? Is it, I mean, you just wouldn't imagine that, would you?
Seriously,
Because
right?
They go like hell. Yeah. You can see why, like, because they're still fast now. Like,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
are.
But you can appreciate when they launched. When journalists first got in them, it must have been like flying a spacecraft.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was so far ahead of its time. It's a Judd engine in this, right?
it's
Judd
it's
V10.
based on the Judd. Yeah.
Based on the Judd.
Yeah.
Does it have to go through a pre-heating cycle first?
Yeah.
So it's a full tolerant spec engine. Gonna go out? Is it gonna go out? Later.
Half an hour.
Crazy thing.
It's cool when you come here and you look at it and you're like 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah,
5, and you're like, oh yeah,
Oh,
V10.
V10. I mean, it's right in your back. It's like really. Is it a stress member?
Yes. Yeah, so you have like the extra thing for the that goes into the bell housing here.
Yeah.
But the engine is part of the
The
chassis.
engine's part of the tub. Brilliant.
Proper race car, right? She's a beast, man.
You've driven it, I imagine.
Yeah, it's very friendly.
Yeah.
Very friendly. If you're like at 10 tenths, then you need to sort of like feel it well. But otherwise, you know, the visibility is great inside the car. You have like an amazing view. Sitting position is comfortable. There's like, but the comfort is there. So it's not like a race car in this sense, but it feels like a race car. So really,
You're not as flat, are you? You haven't got your feet above you.
no. It's very comfortable. Having said that, I like having the feet up. It gives you like a really nice sort of way to brace yourself. But yeah, this is proper race car, man.
It's funny. It's almost like a GT position in a single seater.
Yeah, it's
Interesting
a bit
balance.
more high, but you get great visibility from it.
Yeah, I bet.
Beast, man. Well, that's what we need in every road car, right?
Tell me about
V10.
it. Oof. Mate, particularly one like that. High revving NA.
Use this to get to Sainsbury's.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you go to the pub, you stop there, and then you turn the car off, and then after that, oh, I can't turn my car back on because the engine, you know, you need to
Seized.
warm it up again. The engine is too tight.
I'm supposed to be out in a car now, but
Take whatever you find in front of you, mate.
this one.
Go for it.
This one?
Yeah,
This will be nice.
You might need some tires, though.
Yeah. I think you'd probably need a day for this, right? Build up in a do a Senna GTR first.
Yeah, that's what people
then
are
into
doing.
this?
They started in the Artura GT4,
Okay.
Senna
cool.
GTR,
A
or
GTR.
GT3X, either
Nice.
like either or,
Yeah.
they're here.
And then into this.
And then they'll go into this. If they've never been on track before, they'll go into this and they'll follow the Senna GTR.
Nice.
They'll be lead and follow. And then once they were familiar with the car, they were good for a few laps with the car. Yeah.
What a great day. GT4, Senna GTR, Solus GT. That's a strong afternoon.
It is.
That's a good program.
It's a good day. Yeah, they were.
So this is the kind of the program here. This
Pretty
is kind
much.
of it.
Pretty much. It's a
Wow.
good day out, isn't it?
That's very cool. How's this compared to this?
So this is a lot easier to drive.
Yeah.
Much more comfortable. So it's set up in a way that is a bit more friendly. The suspension of these two cars is exactly the same.
Right.
So whatever is underneath is very much the same.
Okay.
That car obviously has much less drag.
Yes.
This has a bit more power. But the main difference is that that car is running on race rubber, proper.
Okay.
Full
Proper
GT3. You can
proper
even-
slick compound.
You get like a soft, medium, and hard compound for it, whatever
Oh
you
wow.
want.
Okay.
So when you're running on the softs, you get like one lap that's like out of this world. But this is like the same compound as P1 GTR. So it's a tire that's
Okay.
made for a heavier, more powerful car.
Right.
So it's a bit harder. So you lose maybe a couple of seconds of lap time comparatively
Yes.
because you're running on harder
compound?
rubber. This is like when you hit the brakes on this car, you know, the road
Yeah.
Senna.
Yeah.
This like it's like a LMP car. You just hit the brakes, the thing is just like it stops.
So good.
So on
Ultra late
from a
braking as
braking
well.
perspective, feel
Yes.
this is much closer to that than
Is it on?
that
Is it
that.
actually?
Yeah,
Wow, that's impressive. So
So-
this is like a GT3 car with no BOP.
pretty much.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it's as light as it can be with as much power as you can have. I don't think I'll be able to show you in the dash because it's off.
Sure.
But you have a button here. So when you get to, you can see the
I'm serious. in
nice
that.
little yellow button on the top left.
Yeah.
It's push to pass. When
Yeah.
you hit that, you get another 50 horsepower.
50.
50
For how long?
for as long as you're
Go.
pressing it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then you get go baby go on the dashboard and the thing is like wah, flying down the straight, man. It's awesome.
So it's a de-restricted GT3 race
Exactly.
car,
Exactly.
but track day only. Like this
Track
is
day
not
only.
eligible for a series,
No,
is it?
no.
It's too quick.
And you can't convert this into a GT3 car. It's a lot of work because like it's
You might as well buy a GT3 car.
pretty much.
Sure.
Yeah, it's they removed all the shackles from the GT3 car to make this this beast, and it's freaking awesome, man.
What a program!
Proper.
So cool.
So I mean, if you get a Solus, you
Yes.
get a nice build up to it, I guess. So,
Yeah. Man, I got to speak to the press department and go, listen, do you know what I think would be a really good idea? Is to share with the audience what the journey that a Solus client would experience
You should have done
on
it.
their way up to this.
Happened the last 2 days, mate. James, just call me, man. Call me.
Gonna have to send my strongest pitch email. Say, Bruno says,
ChatGPT.
there you go. Yeah. Exactly. There you go.
You're
Yeah.
immediately done. No
Yeah,
worries.
done. Mega.